Gail again. Creative Remedies drawing session. This week, I'm sort of running out of ideas. I think we're on about drawing 48, 49, something like that. It's got to be nearly a year. And one thing I'm asked a lot for is by the children is unicorns. And obviously I live in unicorn land, as we know. So I'm going to look at drawing a unicorn, just the head of one. Okay, so where do we start? Firstly, you need to think about how your unicorn is being positioned. Is your unicorn looking down? So that way the horn will be down. Is it looking up? Is it looking straight ahead? So decide which way your unicorn is looking. And obviously it's just like a horse, isn't it? But it's magical and it has a horn. So I'm going to think about drawing mine facing this way, sort of just like a normal stance, I think. And I've not really got any images because my printer decided not to work or connect. So bear with me, this is going to be fun. Now, I'm going to start with shapes. One thing I always find it's easier to put the shapes in first. So we know, to light at first, we've got that the large circle, and then we have a smaller circle, which is it's going to be the nose area. That's a bit, needs to be a bit smaller, I actually think, than that. I'll make that a little bit smaller. Yeah, got a rubber. A little bit smaller circle. So I'd say the nose part would be about a third. And then we need to position the ears. So how I would do that, I would just put 2 lines in for now. Put 2 lines in, and one would be at the front, and then obviously one would be behind the head at the back. Just putting 2 lines in. And now we're going to look at joining these circles. So we know that this would come down. I'm going to taper that off slightly. And then as we come down here, this is where the eye area would be. So I'm just going to put a bit of a dip there. Okay? Because that structure would have that eye socket in, wouldn't it? So if we think about that, going a lot, don't do it downwards, that's where people go wrong. If it's side on it, the eyes don't go downwards, the eyes are straight across. So your eye, that you can see at the front, would be around here. We'll do like a nice sort of big eye type shape. So it goes into a, we'll work on the eye obviously more. Getting things into place for now. Okay, and then here is where this part would be, joining the nose. And there's quite a lot of muscles, isn't there, in this jaw, this large jaw area. So then you join this up, and then there would be curvaceous, where the muscles are. Bring it round to the front now. So they have sort of like this strong nose area, don't they? Goes back up there for where the lip is. So here we bring this down a little bit to form the mouth, and this would overlap, and it wouldn't be obviously round as this, it'd be more defined and more shaped, and you would have a very large, we do have quite large nostrils around here, and like I said, we'll work on that again in a bit. We just want to make sure we've got the shape right for now. Just going to fiddle around this a little bit more, needs to dip a little bit more. And I'm just going to position these ears slightly, just so I know whereabouts they're going to be placed. Now they're going to look. That ear is obviously smaller because the rest of it is behind the head. And it'll still look a bit strange for now until we get things in place. But he is coming to, oh, she. Not quite sure if it's a girl or a boy yet. And then we'll bring this neck about here. So I'm just going to look at my shapes now. I'm going to make sure that I don't need to alter anything. And make sure everything's in the right place before I continue. So if you want to do the same, that'll be part 1, where we're just getting our unicorn into place. Oh, I'll tell you what I will add so we know that it's going right. I'm going to actually put the horn in. That's a really, really important part. So I'm going to have my horn. It's going to be, horn's a really important part, isn't it? Out there. And here, this is where all your gorgeous mane, the fringe of the horse. And just think about where the natural parting and how you want the fringe and the mane of the horse to appear. So the horn would part, wouldn't it? Would naturally form a part. And then they have beautiful, beautiful flowy manes. Just going to put the starts of where the mane's going to go. Okay, so these areas now, so you wouldn't need that line no more because you brought the mane higher. You wouldn't need that part of the jaw. That a little bit more. Or that line there, because you're gonna work on the actual horn of the unicorn. And then you wouldn't need these marks here. So as you can see, I think he's going to be a boy actually. You can see he's starting to come to life now. He's starting to look more like a unicorn and not lots of shapes. So I'll let you catch up and get to this stage, and then we'll work on defining him. See you in a bit. Okay, so I've defined the lines so you can see them a lot more now. And I've just taken one of the parts of the mane down a little bit too far over the face, so you couldn't see the face too much. And now we're going to work on shading and the tonage of our unicorn. So I'm going to work on the face area, I think, first. I'm going to exaggerate more of the contours of the actual and define the shapes and the muscles that would form the lines on the unicorn's face. So first of all, we'd have, this will be shaded, won't it, inside the nose area, the nostril. Straight away, you know that would be darker. It's on the inside. It's a shading pencil that I've just used. Trying to think now, so you've got these lines here where the muscles would make this line more prominent as well. We don't want to go overboard. We don't want to be too we don't want to exaggerate them too much. We just want to give an appearance of these joins in the face, these marks and these muscles underneath. And again, sort of part of the nose area maybe. And you get different patterns, wouldn't you, within the different hair colours within the unicorn as well. And the eye area. Remember, always leave that little bit of light coming in, that light source. Okay, get a little shading pencil now. I'm just going to just define there a little bit. So you can see it a little bit more. One of my favourite songs is playing in the background and keep wanting to break out in song. You'll be glad I don't, because I actually can't sing a note. Just defining that little eye area. A little bit more. A bit of a lid on there. Okay, I'm going to bring this down here, and then the inside the ear area, so we'd have this part, the inside will be dark. You can see I'm using the side of my pencil. Again. This side. If you want to know the song that actually I don't think you can hear, it's called Hallelujah. And then bring defining all these shapes and this flow within the unicorn mane. And then if we think about the actual horn, I'm going to get my 2H and think about the sort of, if I can remember rightly, they have like a spiral going round, and the easiest way to do that, do it on one side. So that little, just put a kink in there, it's a line, and then just curve that line. And it'd go wider. The distance would go wider as it came down. And obviously you've got hair down there which starts to come in onto the horn too. So that's your next stage. Define it even more, bringing these darker lines in. Remember, try not to smudge with your And when you go over these, and then we're going to bring some more natural tones into it next. Okay, see you in a bit. So I've started this sort of shading area just so you can see it a bit before I carry on with it. I've got a 5B. And what I'm doing is I'm picking parts out of the face, give it character, and where these natural indents would be, these defining the face. And then where I'm not defining it, I'm just loosely putting some colour in there. See, the fingers are really far back there. And all you need to do when you want to define it more, just apply pressure. You don't have to swap pencils, not unless you're trying to put some sharp edges in and you want a hard pencil. The neck a bit of some shadow on it from the face. And then again, bring it a little bit lighter. I'm just going to bring some shadow to that side. And the light source would naturally hit the other side then. I'm just going to swap pencils just to bring it out, just because I can see where I've been touching page with my hand. I've lost some of the definition there. I simply want to keep that. Now, depending on how you want to shade the mane, whether you want it to naturally look more white is up to you. So I'll show you what your options are with this. So define it nice, if you want to, make it nice and sharp, and then just put some delicate lines in there. Just in places. It's a bit of fun, this one. And there we have it. I think it's pretty much done. So with this one, like I said, it's all about starting off with your circles for the shape, finding out the position of your unicorn, which way he's going to be looking, and join them circles, and then just start taking away the lines that you don't need, emphasising the ones you do need, and then bringing in the tones. You can spend some time defining him if you want to some more, but that's this will give you enough to go on to. You could actually do lots of unicorns on different positions. Just work on your circles first, position your horn, your ears. I think when you start drawing, you sort of see all sorts and you think, oh, I'll work on that, I'll work on that. And before you know it, I've lost you all because it's gone on too long. Just try these areas up a little bit. Hope you like him. Oops. A bit more there. See you next week. Bye now.